ACCA will become an open book exam. Here are a few changes that we are expecting in year 2027, as has been discussed at ACCA Tutors Conference, and I, as a tutor, was present there. First of all, strategic papers are going to become open book exams. It doesn't mean that you can bring your own notes, but you will have exhibits and also you will have theory module. You're going to have access to theory. Yes, you will be allowed to use Control F. This means that if you don't remember, let's say, steps of revenue recognition, you will be able to Control F it. Will it make your life easier? No, it's going to make your life harder. Why? Because now you are not going to get marks for just reading in the knowledge, but you are going to be given more marks for the application of the knowledge. And that is something that historically has been the hardest for students. So I would suggest that you try and pass as many exams as you can before you are going to be tested on the skill that usually is not developed very well. Also, syllabus is going to change. So for example, for SBR, currently we have just a fraction of sustainability issues. Later, the exam is going to have a lot on sustainability. So this actually is going to make your life harder because you will need to know not only FRS standards, but a whole bunch of new syllabus. But for some other exams, the situation is going to be different. So for example, for APM, they decided that some parts of the syllabus have already been tested as part of your performance management exam, which means that starting from 2027, part of the syllabus is going to be abandoned. So my take on the changes is that first, it's going to become confusing because you won't have that much of experience, so that you won't have that many examples to practice on. So the more papers you pass by 2027, the better. And I would also remind you that with these changes, you can just pass 2 essential and 1 optional exam, wait till September 2027, and then qualify automatically. So you are going to be qualified if you have just 3 strategic papers, and that is going to be the easiest choice. And that is it. And you can drop the comments. What do you think about it, and what are the questions you have as to the changes that are going to happen to us in September 2027?